The war with Hybern is over. The cauldron is chilling somewhere being ominous. And Nesta Archeron, eldest sister, professional scowler, and reluctant fae, is not coping well. And by not coping, I mean she's on a world-class speed run of self-destruct, drinking enough wine to bankrupt a small country, gambling like the dice personally insulted her, and working her way through strangers faster than the House of Wind can replace bedsheets. Why? Well, being forcibly dunked into a magical soup pot that turned her into an immortal killing machine and handed her strange, death-flavored powers doesn't exactly scream fun weekend activity. Add on the fact that she blames herself for not saving Elaine from transformation, not saving their father from the King of Hybern, and basically anything bad that's happened since the invention of fire. Yeah, girl's carrying a few things. Feyre, now High Lady of the Night Court and pregnant, surprise later, decides she's had enough of Nesta's spiral. Enter the intervention. Nesta gets dragged to a family meeting where Rhys is doing the "I'm not mad, just disappointed" face. Amaran's acting like an immortal drill sergeant, and Feyre drops the bomb. She's moving Nesta into the House of Wind. Now, this isn't just any house. This is a magical, sentient, yes, I can hear your thoughts, and no, you cannot have more wine type of house, perched 10,000 steps above the city. The only way down, walk all the stairs. And unless you're an Illyrian warrior with thighs carved from granite, you're not making it past step 500 without seeing your life flash before your eyes. The plan: 2 hours of training every morning with Cassian, the winged war general, all muscles and smirks, who Nesta alternately wants to kiss or shove off a balcony. Afternoons spent working in the library with priestesses who've survived horrors worse than Hybern and now just want peace and books. Evenings, well, the house will handle those. Nesta is thrilled, which is to say, she's plotting at least 9 different escape routes before dinner. But here's the thing about the House of Wind. It's not just 4 walls and a roof. It's got opinions, it's got secrets, and it's definitely not gonna let Nesta hide from herself forever. So, Cassian's first bright idea? Take Nesta to train at the Illyrian war camp in Windhaven. Big mistake. Huge. The second they land, a pack of smug male warriors acts like her mere presence has personally insulted their ancestors. One even complains about her touching their sacred weapons, as if skill might rub off on her like glitter. Nesta responds by sitting down in the snow, crossing her arms, and declaring she'll do nothing. Cassian catches on pretty quick. It's not the training she hates, it's the audience. So he moves the whole operation to the house roof. Privacy, no hecklers, and still plenty of ways to accidentally fall off if she gets too sassy. He even bribes her with a favor of your choice if she trains for an hour. She agrees, probably already imagining making him clean every stair in the house with a toothbrush. In between workouts, the house sends her down to the library where she bumps into Gwyn, a priestess with copper hair, sharp wit, and zero patience for nonsense. The two bond over mutual sarcasm, although Nesta isn't ready to call anyone a friend just yet. Then comes the wine incident. One night, Nesta decides she's done with the house's water-only policy and tries to hike all 10,000 stairs to the city for a bottle. She makes it 111 steps before her legs give out, curses the universe, and crawls back up. A rematch attempt ends in a spectacular tumble and, surprise, mysterious sparks clawed into the wall where her hands hit. Looks like her cauldron powers aren't entirely dormant. Meanwhile, Cassian is still doing his job as Spy Master's sidekick, attending secret meetings about a little problem called the Dread Trove, 3 magical objects, mask, harp, crown, that can control minds, open portals, or raise armies of the dead. Just the kind of thing you don't want in enemy hands. And since Nesta was made by the cauldron, she might be the only one who can track them. Which brings us to the problem. The cauldron might notice her first. It already stalks her nightmares, whispering in ways that make even Rhys twitch. Through all this, Cassian keeps pushing her in training, stretches, punches, balance drills, and yes, he notices how good she looks in fighting leathers. Nesta notices him too, though she'd rather swallow glass than admit it. For now, it's all banter, occasional grudging respect, and the promise of that one old favor. For a week, Nesta's been trying to recruit the priestesses for training, and every single time, the sign-up sheet comes back looking like a tumbleweed rolled across it. It's less nobody's interested and more, if we pretend she's not here, maybe she'll go away. Then, one morning, the impossible happens. Cassian's on the roof mid-stretch, which, yes, is basically just a public thirst trap, when Gwyn strolls in. Cool as anything. Says she's here for the exercise, but her eyes are screaming, "I'm done being prey." Nesta gets it, and instead of giving her the patented Archeron ice glare, she waves her into the ring. A few days later, on a quick errand in Windhaven, Nesta swings by Emerie's shop. Emerie is mid-argument with her cousin Bellius, who has the smug confidence of a man who's never done a day's laundry in his life. Nesta shuts him down with a look so sharp it could slice cheese. Over lunch, she learns Emerie's wings were clipped by her own father, Illyrian tradition. Translation, generational misogyny, now with scissors. Emerie refuses training at first, but surprise, next morning she's on the roof, wobbling through drills. Gwyn's moving like she's auditioning for a warrior ballet. Emerie's more like baby deer on ice. And Nesta, she's enjoying herself. Cassian notices too. Less sniping, more actual teamwork. Occasionally even a smile, which is rare enough to count as a solar eclipse. The three start meeting daily, and Gwyn brings in Valkyrie lore, legendary female warriors who fought with steel and strategy until they were wiped out 500 years ago. She starts teaching their mental discipline, and suddenly this isn't just a workout, it's the start of something bigger. But under the rooftop laughter, storm clouds are gathering. Cassian's missions keep pointing to Brialyn, a power-hungry queen turned immortal troublemaker, and Kashai, an ancient death sorcerer currently trapped in a lake, stirring trouble. And Feyre's pregnancy isn't just risky, it could be fatal. And the dread Trove, still missing. For now, the three women train like the world isn't about to kick in their door. But when it does, whoever's on the other side better start running. And Nesta's about to find out just how fast war can climb stairs. Stay tuned for that. So training's going great. The Valkyrie trio is getting faster, stronger, and sassier by the day. But in the back of Nesta's mind, something's off. Cassian's been tense, and Feyre keeps giving her that "I have something to tell you, but you're not going to like it" face. Then the truth drops. Feyre's pregnant, which everyone else already knew, except Nesta. At first, yay baby, cute, happy ending energy. Until the healer points out the small problem. Because Feyre conceived while in Illyrian form, the baby will be born with wings. And unless they can find a way to deliver without breaking Feyre's spine, the birth could kill her. Oh, and Rhys has not told her the risks yet, because apparently stress is bad for pregnant high ladies. Meanwhile, Cassian's missions confirm Brialyn's not just stewing in her bitterness, she's teamed up with Koshi, who's stuck in a lake, which makes him sound harmless, but don't be fooled, this guy's magical Hannibal Lecter. Together, they're hunting the Dread Trove, 3 cauldron-made objects so powerful you could basically rewrite the laws of magic with them. The mask raises the dead. The harp opens any door, anywhere, anytime. The crown turns free will into an optional feature. Exactly the sort of thing you don't want your enemies playing with. Because Nesta was made by the cauldron, she's probably the only one who can track these objects down and not be immediately destroyed by them. The inner circle would love for Elaine to try too, but Nesta's not letting her sweet, too pure sister anywhere near this mess. So scrying time, which sounds simple, wholesome stones, focus on the object you want and let the magic do its thing. But the cauldron is like a creepy ex who keeps showing up uninvited. Nesta tries it once and ends up in a full-blown nightmare, screaming, trapped in that black void again. It takes Rhys winnowing in and snapping her out of it to stop the meltdown. Even he looks shaken, and Rhys doesn't do shaken. Cassian doesn't push her after that, but the clock's ticking. If they can't find the Trove, Brialyn and Kashai will, and if they do, it won't just be the Night Court in trouble, it'll be everyone. Nesta's starting to realize that no amount of training, No witty banter, no tea from the house will keep the world from crashing through their door. And speaking of crashing through doors, someone's about to do exactly that. The Illyrian warlords have been watching the Valkyries' progress with the same enthusiasm a cat has for a bath. In their minds, females with swords are a threat to centuries of tradition. Their solution? When they want to put women in their place, they don't write a nasty letter. They drop you in the middle of the Blood Rite and see if you make it out alive. Nesta doesn't know it yet, but her next training session is going to start with a kidnapping. Nesta wakes up on a freezing mountainside, cheek in the snow, head pounding, and absolutely not wearing enough layers for whatever fresh hell this is. 2 feet away, Gwyn's groaning, and Emerie's already scanning the tree line like she expects a bear to pop out. No Cassian, no weapons, no magic. Welcome to the Blood Rite, the Illyrian warrior trial that's half survival game, half murder festival. The rules: no magic, no outside help. Get to the peak alive. Everyone else is fair game to kill on the way. For centuries, it's been an all-male tradition. This year, someone decided to spice it up by tossing in a few females, namely our Valkyries. Officially, it's a challenge. Unofficially, it's a sexist hit job wrapped in tradition. From the moment they're dumped here, the hunt is on. Packs of Illyrian males crash through the snow, eager to score the kill and brag about it for the next 50 years. Too bad for them, the Valkyries have been training for exactly this kind of fight. They raid an enemy camp for daggers, set traps on narrow trails, and turn the terrain into a weapon. Emerie's clipped wings give her a different balance, making her movement unpredictable. Gwyn's speed and sharp reflexes spot danger before it gets close. And Nesta, she's pure steel, fighting like every opponent is a personal insult. It's brutal. Freezing nights with nothing but a thin blanket of snow for comfort, stolen scraps of food, and the constant weight of someone always chasing you. They sleep in shifts, move in silence, and strike only when they have the upper hand. When a group of males corners them near a cliff, Nesta baits them forward, footwork steady as a heartbeat. One wrong step later, the snow gives way, and so do the warriors. By the time they near the summit, word has spread across the mountain. 3 females are still alive. It's never happened before, and it's driving certain warriors mad, the kind of mad that makes them do stupid, desperate things. The final climb is a wall of ice and rock, wind slicing at their faces, every muscle staging a full-blown mutiny. But they don't stop. Together, they drag themselves over the last ledge, and there it is, the black stone peak where the rite ends. They stand there like they own the place, battered, bloody, and with hair doing its best haunted scarecrow impression, and wait. Somewhere in the distance, a war horn blares, deep and echoing. That's it, game over. The Blood Rite is over, and they've survived every step of it. When the retrieval teams arrive, the looks on the Illyrian males' faces are priceless. Part disbelief, part horror, and part, oh no, they're going to tell everyone about this. But Nesta's most dangerous battle isn't on this peak, it's waiting back in the Night Court, and it's one she can't win with a sword. The victory on the mountain is still warm when the real crisis hits. Feyre's in labor, and it's going very, very wrong. The healers confirm the nightmare scenario. The baby's wings mean a natural birth will snap Feyre's spine. Translation? Both she and the baby will die. Oh, and bonus twist, Rhys will follow her into the grave because of their mating bond. Nesta doesn't hesitate. She runs straight into the room where Feyre is pale, drenched in sweat, and looking like she's 2 contractions away from punching someone into next week. Cassian is there, ready to hold Nesta back if she loses control. She doesn't. Instead, she steps forward and does the one thing she's sworn not to. She uses the power the cauldron gave her. Not a little flicker, all of it. She reshapes Feyre's body just enough to let the birth happen safely, pulling the baby free and giving both mother and child the strength to survive. In the same breath, she strips away a piece of her own magic, burning it out to seal the gift. It's not just a healing, it's a choice. To give, not to take. The baby cries. Feyre breathes, and Rhys actually thanks her. Nesta doesn't need the words. She sees it in the way he looks at her now. Later, with the chaos settled, Nesta sits with Cassian. She lets herself lean into him. No armor, no walls. She still fears, still fire, but it's no longer burning her from the inside out. And the Valkyries, they're no longer an idea. They're real, alive, and ready for whatever war comes next. Well, what a happy ending. Nesta walked into the house of Gwyn, a prisoner of her own rage. She's walking out a warrior, and the world should be very, very glad she's on their side. What happens next remains a mystery, but whatever it is, the Valkyries will be ready.